The freedom to have children or not to have them is one of the most controversial topics of our time. So in this video I want to step outside the cliches and have an honest and maybe even uncomfortable, conversation about it. When it comes to having children, I think we should think more quality over quantity. So if there is a possibility to have children that are going to have access to education, social security and everything, then it makes sense to support financially people, to make incentives that people would have more children in those countries where it is possible. And if it's not possible to provide quality life for children, if they're going to be beggars or whatever, if this is their career for life, then it doesn't make sense. And I've been to places where children, people had a lot of children, but they were not necessarily having the quality life. When it comes to this, we have to think more on a global level, and we have to consider on the governmental level what we can do to improve the quality of life, human life, children, and so on. And when it comes to individual cases, it can be so different. Usually when people have children, they didn't think before about benefiting the society with having more children. They wanted to have a family and be happy, or they just had sex, and then children appear. So I don't know people who would beforehand, before they got pregnant or something, they would think about the society and that I'm going to benefit the world by having lots of children. This is my destiny, I don't think there are people like that. So don't say that, oh, it's such an honorable thing. Yes, but usually people who are having children, they don't have this motivation. They have very natural, egoistic motivation to be happy and have a family. And maybe have somebody to take care of them when they get older, something like that. Or they just had, fun, and then, children appeared, so something like that. And even if this was like a temple of sharing love, still people would not think about the society and benefiting the world. They were just blissful, That was the motivation. They met somebody they were open to. No single woman is thinking like this. I'm going to benefit the world. Let's have 30 children or something. No. And every individual case, it's also so different. What kind of motivation, what kind of quality of the parents, and eventually whether they actually love their children or not. It all depends, Some people badly want to have children but cannot, even though they're trying their best. And I know women who spent so much money and wasted their health because they had to take, hormone therapy, and go through hell on the level of emotional level, on the level of the physical level because of their health, and also financial level. It cost a lot of money. They went through hell just to have children, and many did not. Many of those who go through this hell, they actually don't manage, because the fact that they have to do it already tells that it's too difficult. And also there are many women who went through difficult pregnancies and so on, miscarriages and stuff. No matter if one is healthy or not, it's really not. It's just nature. It belongs to nature, and some women are ready to dedicate their life to some other mission. There are different ways to benefit people, and also men. They are very eager to sacrifice themselves for different missions, yeah, but sometimes women too, so it can be very individual. Men, they're really good at saving people, protecting people, both like children, women, and other men. And women, they are ready to sacrifice everything for their children if they're like good mothers. Both men and women can do a lot of like activities to actually benefit the world, and as long as it's not too egoistic, as long as it's not too narrow, yeah, then I would say let people do what they want. It's sad when best people decide to sometimes to sacrifice their life for something else, and then they're blamed because they are not having children or something. This is also crazy. And other people who are having like many children but not so much quality there, just for the sake of I don't know what. Really, let's not be too narrow and tell people what they have to do, but support on the governmental level, as I already mentioned, if the circumstances are good for children to be born and get quality life, then let's support this. Let's pay people for having more children. And in other places where this quality is not there, then let's pay people for not having children. So this topic is really not black and white. If you consider yourself a free thinker, open to exploring different perspectives on life, and committed to building a life of freedom and purpose, then this community is for you. Consider subscribing to this channel. Give this video a like, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Share in the comments what you think about this controversial topic, and let's have a real conversation, shall we?